Hello, everyone. Welcome to Savoring Money. So, today we are going to learn how we can file the ITR as a freelancer. This video is exclusively for the people who are working in India as a freelancer and whose TDS has been deducted from the company, like 10% TDS, and that has been deposited in the government tax portal. So, I will be explaining the entire process, how exactly we should be doing or filing the process. Since I work as a freelancer, so I am creating this video exclusively for the freelancers. Now, before we start, just wanted to inform that I am not a CA or any financially authorized person in helping you filing the income tax, but I have been working as a freelancer for many years, 5, 6 years, and I have filed the ITR through the process. And obviously, I got the return successfully. So I felt that why don't I create a video to help the freelancers in doing the entire process, because they are paying obviously the other people with some amount of money. So why don't I create a free content? That is the reason why we are here. If this is something that is aligning with you, you can definitely move forward, or else you can stop the video. So let's start. But before you start, I would suggest all of you to make sure that you are keeping your Aadhaar card linked with the mobile number and PAN card ready with you, because you would be needing that thing very often for this process. Okay. Now, the first process that you're going to do is to search in Google, or maybe like Microsoft Edge, like I have done, is e filing, as you can see in my screen. Now, this is the tax portal where you have to create your account. Like, that is the reason why I asked you to keep your bank account details, like Aadhaar card linked with your mobile number and PAN card details ready, because this is how we are going to move forward. Now, once you have this e-filing portal, the very first link, Home Income Tax Department, you have to log in. Now, if you have obviously created the account, it's fine. If not, then you have to register it here with the proper procedures and all, right? But since I already have the account, so I would be directly jumping into the login part. Okay. Now, you have to click on login, and obviously you have to give in the details and all, and then accordingly you can move forward. Now, once you log in, your portal will look like this. See, I have created a video directly by watching the entire thing, but that video had too much of sensitive information about myself. So I felt that why don't I take screenshots, which I can easily blur the informations that are obviously not aligning with the other people, and make a video on that. So this is the screenshots. These are the screenshots in here. Okay. Now, once you have your login, you would be getting an option called File Now, if you can see here. Now, once you click on the File Now button, then you are going to move forward in the next page. Now, as I mentioned, that this video is exclusively for the freelancers. So we are going to follow ITR-4, and the assessment year should be present 2026 to 2027. Okay. Yeah. Hope that's okay. And we are obviously going to click on the online recommended option. Right. Now let's move forward. Once these few things are selected, we have to click on the continue button. Now you have to click on start new filing, right? Once you click on start new filing, you would be getting an option called individual, right? Because you are filing as an individual. Now again, you have to click on continue. And this is where you are supposed to click the ITR-4. Now, here are a few things that I will need to inform. As I was mentioning before as well, this video is exclusively for the freelancers or contractual employee, not for full-time salaried employee. This video is also for the business professionals, but again, not for the salaried employee. Since I work as a freelancer, so I'm obviously like trying to make this video only for the freelancers. Now you are going to click on ITR-4. In case someone is having any doubts, you can definitely look into this part. Okay. Now you have to click on ITR-4 and you have to click on proceed with ITR-4. Now once you do that, you have to click on let's get started. And once that is done, you have to click on the others because neither I am obviously a business professional nor I do earn more than 1 crore. So definitely I have to click on others. Now again, I have to click on continue. Now this is where the things start because here we are going to submit our detail. The first option is called personal information. You need to submit your Aadhaar card details, PAN card, contact details, and bank account. Now once you click the arrow key here, then you would be getting all the details like your full name, your last name, your PAN number, your date of birth, your Aadhaar card, your address, your contact number, your email address, those things. One important thing that I would love to highlight is that you might be getting an option called like, is the secondary email, is the secondary address same with the first address or the permanent address? You have to click on yes, your secondary is same with the first address. If it is not, then you can obviously change the secondary address as well. Since mine, both of them are same, so I have obviously clicked on yes. Now here comes the option called nature of employment. If you're working as a freelancer, make sure you are obviously selecting on the others option because right now we don't have a specified option as a freelancer. Once that thing is done, you are able to see that there is an option called filed under 139(1). So you have to obviously click on this because you are obviously filing the income tax return before the due date, right? Then you are gonna see bunch of options on 10IEA. Now 10IEA are only for those people who are filing obviously under old regime. Since I am filing under new regime, so whenever I see an option called 10IEA, by reading the statement properly, I'm gonna simply click on no, like I have done it here. Yeah. Since I am filing the ITR by myself, so this option has to be clicked on no. Then come the banking details. Please make sure that your banking details are correct because this is where exactly you are going to get your account like amount. So if this is not validated properly, you might not get your refund. So make sure that is absolutely correct. I have to click on confirm once this few things are done. Now, once the first part is done, then you have to click on gross total income. Again, if you're clicking on this arrow key, you are going to see bunch of options in here, right? You can skip the questions because that is none of your concern if you're working as a freelancer. Yeah, you can just opt yes. Now, there is one important thing. If you are filing as a freelancer in the gross total income, there would be an option called like name of business or profession, addition of business or those things. So here you need to mention your name of business or profession under 44 ADA. As I have mentioned, if you're working as a freelancer, name of business should be your own name and the business code should be 16,000 and like 1,60,013, like business and management consultancy services. It's true for me because I work in this segment. If there is something that is relevant to you, you can definitely choose some other option. But since I work as a consultant in some company, so that is the reason why I have chosen this option. Now, once these things are done, as I mentioned, 44 ADA. Now, here you are going to see that you need to mention your total yearly earnings, right? And this option would be giving an like giving a blank here. Now make sure that you are showcasing that 50% of above 50% of your yearly earnings are obviously Presumptive income. What does it mean? See, since we are working as a freelancer, we are not being paid by the company for our electricity bill, for our obviously rent, right? The ambience, the devices, the laptop or desktop, whichever we are using, right? So government says that under 44 ADA that if you are working as a freelancer on for a business, right, or a self-employed person, then definitely around 50% or at least 50% should be your like expenses and all, right? So make sure it's above 50%. So if you can calculate it, this amount that I have mentioned there is above 50%. So if you're earning around 10 lakh, it should be at least 5 lakh or even more than that. Okay. But at least it should be mentioned. Now you have to click on add. Then we have to move forward. But make sure that if you are not mentioning the business income, you would be having some issues later in the filing stage. So please make sure that you are obviously adding the business income as I have mentioned here clearly. Once that thing is done, then we are going to come back in here and we are going to click on confirm. Now that thing is validated. Now you have to click on disclosures and exempt income. Now here you have to do nothing. Basically, I have to do nothing because obviously I don't have this amount of things apart from the banking stuff that I'm gonna explain in a second. So here you have to just click like simply keep all these options blank or at least put on zero. Put zero. Now in the 11th option, balance with banks, you need to make sure that you are putting some amount that you had in the 31st March of 2026, right? To showcase that you had some balance in your bank account. Now click on add. Once that thing is done, you can click on confirm and then move forward. Again, no deduction, right? Because obviously I don't fall under this category. If you fall, definitely you can click on that, but I do not fall on this deduction category of like medical insurance, section 80CCT. Click on continue. Now, again, there is nothing, total deductions are nothing, right? So click on confirm. So as you can see, all these things are done. Now tax paid. This thing will be automatically fetched, how much tax has been paid and all. You can click on confirm. Now, here, one important thing I would like to highlight. Sometimes what happens if you're working as a freelancer, you might see that some of your companies might not add the like TDS on time. In that scenario, your total deposited tax might not be accurate. So if you really calculate that part, I would suggest you to click on this option and add that relevant company's TAN, TAN 10, and also the total TDS deducted, under which category that deduction is falling, total amount earned, those kind of details, and obviously click on save. Once you do that, those things would be reflecting in here, right? Yeah, once that thing is done, you can directly move ahead, right? This is are something I have already explained before. Uh, yeah. So since I am working as a like freelancer, it should be majorly like income from business or profession. So if you have an option like this, like head of income or like how the income is happening, you can just choose this option. Or you may skip it as well because I don't know. This year I have like kept this option, but previous year I have skipped it. Depends if it allows, then you can skip it, or I would suggest to keep this option, this as your option. Now nothing in here, just simply click on confirm. And then you directly click on preview return. And once you click on preview return, you are going to see all of your details like your name, your father's name, who is filing self, your PAN number, the place from where it is being filed, the date when it is being filed, those things. And obviously, once all of these things are verified by you, then you have to click on proceed to preview. Once those things are done, just simply click on proceed to verification. Once that is done, you have to click on submit. Now, I would suggest you to double check the things before you click on submit, right? Because once this thing is done, then again it would be a very difficult situation for you to again file the entire thing. So make sure you are checking or double checking the entire process. Once you click on submit, you would be getting an option called e-verify. You can use your Aadhaar card to e-verify. You would be getting an OTP, right? In your in your mobile number linked to the Aadhaar card, and then you can revalidate or you can verify, e-verify. Once that process is done, then you would be getting one acknowledgement receipt, right, in your email. And obviously, you can download the acknowledgement receipt from this e-filing portal as well. I would suggest you to keep that thing downloaded at your end. Now, once that is done, then you have done your part effectively. If there is any issue, you definitely would be informed by the income tax team. So, since I am filing through ITR-4, it is expected to get the amount by 31st October or even earlier, right? If things are done in a proper manner. I am definitely gonna inform you through another video if possible that I have received my return. So that is it from my end, my friends. And if you're having any doubts, you can obviously drop a text in the comment section. Right, this is my first video, so there might be some mistakes or any kind of thing. Please do pardon me, or you can definitely help me improve the process. If you find this thing obviously informative and helpful, thank you. Okay, bye then.